Valentine's Day is coming up in 2025, and according to this survey in 2023 on Hinge, men on average get one match per 40 likes. So I decided to change this number. How you ask? By using science. So here's my plan. Step 1, get permission from my girlfriend to do this video in the first place, because obviously I have a girlfriend. Why would I make a Hinge account? No. Step 2, I'm going to do a bunch of research to inform the strategies that I use to make my Hinge profile. That way I can make my aura the most maxed out that it can be using the research that I gather. Then step 3, use Hinge as normal to give out likes. I'm going to wait for people to respond and we'll see how we go. So without further ado, let's get started. Hey, you got a minute?
What's up?
I've got a video idea and I need your permission.
What do you mean?
I'm planning on doing a Valentine's Day special video where I'll be making a dating profile using science. As compensation though, I will then plan a date after Valentine's based on science as well. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds good.
Okay?
Alright, so I did some digging and found some articles that would be relevant to creating an online dating profile. The first being one to do with having dogs in your pictures. The study found that photos of people with dogs in it were rated higher than photos of people without dogs. This was rated across 4 domains of approachability, happy looking, relaxed looking, best photo. So I'll be sure to include a photo of my dog Truffle. The next one has to do with creativity, dating expectations, and the effects of novelty and appropriateness in dating profile text. The study found that people who write appropriate novel texts are perceived as more romantically attractive. So you can come up with all the pickup lines you want, but if they're not appropriate for the situation and context, then it's not going to do you any good. This comes from expectancy violations theory, where it argues that people's expectations regarding communicated behavior affect their evaluation and responses to this behavior. In the context of Hinge, where most people are looking for a relationship, if we were to violate that, say look for hookups instead, I don't think we would get as many matches. In addition to not violating dating expectations, it's also important to be creative, given that it's a desirable characteristic that's linked to being attractive. One way is to be original, where text originality plays a role in perceived romantic attraction by improving perceptions of a person's intelligence and humor. The study showed that metaphors with appropriate levels of self-disclosure were best for increasing perceptions of text originality. And you can see in this table some examples of metaphors that are novel and appropriate, and novel but inappropriate. We'll be using the novel and appropriate metaphors as a guideline. The same study also found that people's intentions to date are positively related to text originality, social attractiveness, romantic attractiveness. All these relationships are statistically significant as well. So overall, we want to use pictures with dogs in them. We want to be looking for a relationship since we're using Hinge, and we want to use creative text captions for the use of metaphors with appropriate self-disclosure comments.
Let's do this.
Alright, so I've got the Hinge app open and wow, it feels like I'm back to square one. It's been so long since I've used or opened dating apps, to be honest. I was never really like a dating apps person. I much preferred like meeting people in person. Yeah, well, by the way, I've never used Hinge as well before. So this will be my first time. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll log in, create an account, and then once we start the process of creating a profile, then I'll bring you guys there.
A few moments later.
So I've written my little description of what I'm looking for. So I wrote down, I'm not looking for a fleeting trip to an inferno. I'm searching for that paradise for connection, trust, and banter. Build something real. Actually, let's change it to build banter. Build something real. Alright, done. Nice. Let's go next. What type of relationship are you looking for?
A few minutes later.
We finally made it to, I think, the section where you start putting pictures, videos, and prompts together. So let's go fill out my profile. Alright, so we give videos and photos. So you can have videos as well. Interesting. Okay, 6 required. Alright, Let me think on this, and then when I choose it, then I'll show you guys.
One eternity later.
Right, so I've finalized the pictures and I guess one video that I'm going to use for my Hinge profile. So I'll take you guys through that. My YouTube profile pic. I think it's got a good amount of emotion to it. Seems pretty candid and genuine as well, so I decided to choose that. And then in the description here, Tokyo as a location, and then based on the research like we talked about, news metaphor about Shibuya Crossing. So like Shibuya Crossing, my life moves fast, but I'm looking for someone to slow down and explore Tokyo's hidden streets with me. And then I decided to use the transition video I made. I figured that it shows good creativity. The research is saying, based on how original your profile is, or if you have a better chance of getting matches. Description, put Japan, now a metaphor. There's another one here. I think this shows my smile the best. This one didn't include a location because I feel like if I mention Japan in all of them, they're not as likely to want to match with me, because if they want to stay, let's say in Australia, it's not going to be feasible, right? I used a bit of humor in this one because humor also adds to attraction. So for this one, I said, I'm like a Japanese hot spring. The right amount of warmth and steamy, but I promise, no awkward silences. Alright, this one, I've got a picture of my doggo. This was when he was a few months old. I'm smiling in this one, and I feel like the photo is pretty candid, pretty genuine. Hopefully that adds value to my profile. But yeah, for this one, the metaphor is referencing playing with a puppy on the beach, how love should feel like playing with a puppy on the beach, carefree, full of laughter, and leaving footprints in the sand that never washes away. And I got some little dog footprints there. Also, I'm including emojis in all of the captions. I'm not sure whether they'll increase my chances, but surely that won't decrease my chances of matching, right? Based on the recommendations that Hinge also provided, I mentioned having a headshot as one, so I figured this is the best headshot I've got. And then I referenced it to the exhibition that I was seeing. At the time, it was about seeing sound, hearing time. And then last one, Hinge recommended a full body shot, so I've got that. This one I did mention Tokyo again because it's the same alleyway, same outfits, the very first one. This one I included a joke, bit of humor, and then this is about finding a Don Quixote partner who's willing to buy some random stuff and still call it the best decision ever. So that's what we have. Hopefully you guys agree with the profile. Let me know if there were things that you would have changed, but I think this seems fine for what it is based on the research that I've done and the best photos that I have of myself. We'll move on to the next stage and see what happens next.
A few moments later.
I'm sending you my Hinge profile. Can you see it? Alright, that sets it for me. What do you think of the profile?
I will like it.
You like it? Okay. Alright, well, there you guys have it. My girlfriend would approve of it. So if she at least approved of it, hopefully there'll be at least one person that will approve of it. We'll go to the next stage then, and then I'll see what else I need to do, and then I'll take you guys through it.
Let's scroll Hinge together.
Yeah, we can scroll Hinge together.
I'm curious.
Now we get to profile answers. So I have to select a prompt, and then I have to write my own answer. Alright, let's have a look. Alright. I'm gonna have to have a think about all of this.
6.5 hours later.
So I finally chosen what I think are the best prompts and answers for my profile. But obviously we'll see how it goes. But yeah, for the first prompt, I put down what my self-care routine is. I think that shows good level of, I guess, genuineness, originality, in the sense like, you know, you get to know a bit about me and what I do to unwind. But yeah, I mentioned how I go to the gym, hang out with my dog, and watching some TV at the end. I thought I'd use this prompt, dating me is like blah blah blah. I thought that would be good for metaphor opportunity. But for some reason, all of the prompts I decided to use the dog theme. So for this one, decided to make a metaphor referencing a dog. So hopefully that will go okay. And the last one, together we could also another opportunity to make a metaphor. But then once again mentioning my dogs. So we'll see how we go. I don't know if maybe it's overdoing it with mentioning my dog the whole time, but as long as we get one match, right? Like we looked at the statistic, on average men get one match every 30 likes, right? So I reckon minimum, if we get that, then great. If more, awesome, but minimum, if we get that, then we'll be good. So yeah, voice prompts. Wow, okay. I'm gonna have to go through these. Oh goodness, all these prompts, jeez. Wow, setting up a Hinge profile takes a lot of time, doesn't it?
A few minutes later.
So I've chosen a voice prompt. I decided to go with the one thing I'd love to know about you is, I feel like that helps with sparking a conversation, right? I'm gonna say something along the lines of food. That way we get a conversation about food going. What is your comfort food after a long day? Because if it's ramen, we're off to a great start. They're offering me to get a subscription, which I do not because I have science backing me. Alright, but it's all done now. Oh, we need to start sending likes. This part I actually might do with my girlfriend.
I wanna see it too.
You wanna see it too?
Yeah.
Alright, come through, let's go. We are going to be sending likes now. So we're gonna send 40, and if we at least get one match, we are the average statistic as a man on Hinge. We get more, then I'm gonna say because of science. So,
Oh, I like this one.
I go
crazy
crazy
for
for
dogs.
dogs.
I like it.
Like, what's this?
Sunset.
French accent. So we're liking this?
Yes, of course.
Say like.
Yeah, I like this one too.
How
You
do you
go
look at
fast
the
when you
profile?
go on Hinge. You just look up this photo and then you decide.
I thought I was gonna take time.
Well,
What do I
Oh.
want? Oh yeah, she's a nurse. Yeah. Or a doctor. Yep, okay, what's this? The first round is on me if you're more tender.
Oh, yeah,
than-
you got
that's fine.
the
Oh,
most
wait, how many is that so
tight
far? 3. That's 3. Okay, what's this? Laura. Convincing myself I'm a natural blonde. She's a lawyer. Okay, I know who that is. She's a lawyer. Alright, if I need legal advice, I'll go to her.
A few moments later.
you
I
can't
know
like
mine, I can't. So. You had a 3 likes for today. Okay, right. If I pay... Oh my goodness, look at these prices. Well, I'm gonna do this all the way until Valentine's Day, I suppose.
A few minutes later.
Guys, I got 2 notifications. Alright, let's have a look. I think I got 1 like, and then someone responded to my voice prompt. So we're off to a good start, right? What was that?
a good voice.
You heard it first, ladies and gentlemen.
Sexy
I have a good voice. Oh, sexy voice. Ah.
俺の可愛いはもうすぐ消費期限
Is this the comment? You seem to know a lot on definitions. I'm confused. What definitions?
to start a conversation. Bruh. You ask her what definitions.
Or unless she's referring to metaphors? Because that's what I was using.
Which photo?
Oh, you seem to know a lot of definitions of love. See? Guys, science, I'm telling you. I have a response from someone saying, yes, absolutely. Where's a favorite place to go for ramen? I don't even know how many likes I gave. Probably less than 10 or maximum 10. And we already got a potential match, alright, so we're doing well. I don't know if I'll click on the match option. I think for the time being, I won't. What I'll do is I'll wait for my profile to continue to be viewed and the likes and whatnot. And then if more likes or comments come through, then we'll review it together. There you go. Science is the answer, guys. I'm telling you.
It's also because you have a girlfriend who knows how to take good pictures.
Well, then in that case, forget the science. Just get someone. Get a professional photographer. There you go. That's the answer. Right. We'll leave this for a few days. I'll catch you guys next time. You guys
Alright, so for day 2, we sent out 8 more likes and got back 4 more likes, although they weren't from the people we liked, but still good results nonetheless. For day 3, we finally got a much needed haircut and got 2 more likes. We also sent out 8 additional likes, but this time we decided to make a comment with the likes to see if that would increase the chances of people reciprocating our interest. We also sent out a rose, which I forgot to record. Oops. So at this point, I stopped sending out likes, partly because I was busy with real life stuff and lost a bit of hope in getting matches with people I expressed an interest in. But soon enough, we eventually got a match. Not one, but 2 matches, both of which were from likes that I left a comment on and happened while I was editing this video. So overall, at the time of recording this, we've gotten 22 likes and 2 matches. The profile has been up for 12 days. Of those 22 likes, 2 were given to my candid YouTube profile picture, 2 were given to my Japan transition video, and 4 were given to my picture with truffle. The most amount of likes I got was for my smiling picture, but sadly none were given to my headshot and full body shots. But there were 4 likes given to my audio prompt, and 3 I categorized as other, since 2 of them left comments I wasn't able to expand on in time to see which photo it was linked to, and 1 left a comment, but the option to view it expired by the time I saw it. While we've achieved the average Hinge statistic in 2023, there are a few reflections I wanted to leave you guys with. So after looking at the results, I feel like there's a couple of key things that we can all take away from this video. One of them being that photos play such an important role in forming the first impression in your online dating profile. The reason being is that photos play such an important role in terms of forming physical attraction and romantic attraction. And you can see it in this schematic here of this study, where picture attractiveness led to physical attraction and romantic attraction the most, and you can see it in how bold the arrows are. So the bolder the arrow is, the stronger the relationship between the 2 variables. And as you can see here, picture attractiveness is related to physical attraction and romantic attraction the most. Whereas text attractiveness, it does lead to social attraction, romantic attraction, and physical attraction, but less than picture attractiveness. So in saying that, focus on your photos. Focus on taking photos that show your personality, your authentic self, you having fun. That's the best way that people can get a glimpse into what you do. The other thing as well is how you define success on dating apps. If your intention is to have matches, so that was my case, where I was only looking at potential matches instead of actually having conversations with the people I matched and having a date planned out later on. Depending on how you frame success, I think that can have an effect on how you go about online dating and your approach to it. That would be another tip that I'd give. Frame success on dating platforms in a way that doesn't cause you stress. And speaking of metaphors, I feel like creating an online dating profile is almost like applying for a job when you're submitting your CV. You want to curate a certain presentation of yourself in your CV. That way, when you hand it to employers, they form a good first impression of you and get you into the door to do an interview, right? So similarly for dating apps, you want to create a good first impression, so that way people either comment or they like you on the dating profiles, and then that opens the door to you guys being able to have a conversation and then planning an in-person date if you want. So while doing all these things can add up to a better dating profile, maybe at the end of the day, it's not all worthwhile. According to this study, looking at whether romantic desire was predictable, it found that predicting relationship variance using any combination of traits and preferences reported before in-person dates is difficult. So what that means is that while dating apps offer you suggestions matching your profile and preferences and interests with other profiles, you won't truly know how a person is or whether you are compatible with that person until you meet them in person. So take the suggestions that you get on dating apps with a grain of salt. And this idea of the internet leveling the playing field in terms of dating, I feel like that's not the case, especially when it comes to physical attraction. We looked at a study where it showed the strong relationship between picture attractiveness and physical attraction and romantic attraction. If you look good, like you are Cha Eun-woo or any other celebrity that you can think of, you might have the most mundane, boring captions in the world, but if you look like them, you probably won't have any difficulty finding matches. And if we're talking about science, the method for this study wasn't scientific at all. No baseline, like I didn't create a profile that didn't use any of these strategies that was mentioned in the research, so we don't have a comparison to make. So the results that I have gathered, we can't tell whether that's actually from the stuff that I've done or based on life. The second thing is the fact that the results may vary depending on the dating platform. So we use Hinge this time, but I imagine the results might look different on, let's say, Bumble or Tinder or Coffee Meets Bagel. Like, there's so many apps out there these days, can't tell for sure what it will look like on each app. On top of all of that, there's so many other variables at play, like the quality of my pictures, my location, the fact that I'm in Australia, whereas I imagine if I was in a different country, people look for different things in people in different cultures. So that's also another variable that we weren't able to control for. So to be honest, the title of this video is very clickbaity, but you know, I thought it'd be a fun experiment to do. I feel like these things that we've done in the video, it wouldn't necessarily hurt your profile, right? So hopefully you guys can forgive me in that. So go out there, have fun, and don't beat yourself up too hard if you're not getting any matches on dating apps. It's a process, it takes time. I think what's most important is to be kind to yourself. And if you're single, I think it's important to create a life where you are happy and content with it first, to reflect on your values, and then when the time is right, to invite someone into your life to share those values with you. Thanks for watching again, guys. I'll see you in the next one.